The newest disease that has been brought up over and over in the quarter horse breeding line is hyperkalamic periodic paralysis. What it is the genetics of a horse who is a descendant of impressive is mutated to where it has sodium and another chemical in the bloodlines where it's not completely right. It causes the horse's muscles to be extremely large. Instead of being the original size, the muscles of the horse is about 2 to 3 times bigger and more for the mass. It also causes muscle twitching, unpredictable paralysis attacks, which can lead to sudden death, and respiratory annoyances. The reason why this disease is out and being spread through horse to horse, whether they are carriers or not carriers, is the fact that the AQHA and other breeding associations will not stop the breeders from breeding horses that are HY or HH. HY means they are not only positive carriers, but they are also have the effects and the symptoms. The HH horses are the ones who are only carriers, but they have a possibility of breeding it into one of their foals who has the HY. Also, about impressive, whenever he was first bred, it was in 1992 to a mare who also had something more towards what he had, overly sized muscles that decided to spasm and overreact. And it can be bred in just the same way as it can be bred out the same way it was bred in, by stopping every horse that has HY or the HH for HYPP, which is also hyperkalamic periodic paralysis. Right now, Impressive has more than 55,000 descendants, and right now the AQHA, which is the American Quarter Horse Association, and other branches of the American Quarter Horse Association are making the ranchers and showers and exhibitors stop showing and stop registering any horses with HYPP. Also, the fact that HYPP isn't something that goes easier and easier for the horses. Every single time you breed a horse with HYPP with another horse who has HYPP, or even a horse that is basic, no HYPP disease in them, that horse is worse. The foal that they have is worse than the mother or father or both of them who had HYPP. And more towards the horses that have HY are the ones who are having the fatal, unpredictable paralysis attacks. These attacks cannot be stopped. They cannot be prevented, or they can't be somehow altered to where it's not fatal. Anytime these horses have these types of attacks, there's no chance of saving them, because their respiratory system is locked up, it's frozen, and they cannot get any air to their entire body. And along with their muscle twitches, their legs and neck, their entire bone, body, muscle, ligament is ultimately just outstretched, where they can't move it, they can't unlock it, and it just gets worse and worse and worse every time they have any muscle twitches or spasms. And the respiratory noises don't just go from being really soft to not there at all. They are loud, echoing noises. Any questions?
So how many horses have you seen in this type of condition?
Personally, I've only owned one horse that had it, and I was lucky enough to not have that horse go into an unpredictable paralysis attack. But I have seen him twitch, his muscles twitch. I've seen him to where he's been flat out on the ground because he can't breathe. And because I showed him, I personally shown a horse that had it, and I never wanted to do it again because his breathing, it wasn't soft and noiseless, it was loud, and it sounded like he had a hairball, and it never went